Hi, this is Sherry from Adaptive Living, Life After a Stroke. On a previous video, I told you my story about how last summer I was just having one of the most delightful summers I had ever had. All of a sudden, 1 week before I was supposed to go back to teaching second grade for another year, I suffered a stroke. My life was turned upside down right away. And instead of going back to school the next week, I was moving from the ICU down to the neurology floor of a local hospital. But that was only the beginning of my journey. I want to share with you 4 ways that my life has changed since I had the stroke. Last time I told you that there were 13 ways that I've identified that my life has changed. Not all of them bad. Today I want to focus on the first 4. Number 1, I'm now homebound. I was very independent. I live alone, but I like to drive places. I like to drive to visit my children and my grandchildren, my friends. I'm very independent. Well, not anymore. For the past 3 months, I've been homebound. Other than an occasional visit to a doctor's office, I'm at home. I've had therapists come into my home. I've had people visit me, but I can't go anywhere other than outside to take a short walk. That is a big difference for me. I can't just go jump in my car, head over to Chick-fil-A to get myself a salad for lunch, or to Target to pick up a upcoming birthday present for one of my grandchildren. I'm home. It's a good thing I like to be home. I've always been kind of an introvert, but I've been an independent introvert. I've been an introvert by choice. Now I'm stuck at home, not by choice, but because it's a necessity. Number 2, I can't drive. In my state, you're not allowed to drive for 6 months after a stroke. Then you have to go in and take a test and pass a test, a driving test, to be able to drive. I'm not sure whether I'll ever be able to drive again. Thank goodness I know how to use Uber. If you haven't downloaded the Uber app, have someone show you how to do that, because you're either going to need Uber or Lyft, because you're not going to be driving yourself, not even to go pick up a medication. So that is different for me. I used to love to drive. I could drive long distance. I have a son that lives 12 hours away, one that lives 13 hours away. My sister lives 4.5, 5 hours away. It was nothing for me to pack a bag, throw it in the back of my car, and take off and go visit one of them for a week. Well, that isn't going to happen for a while. So FaceTime, has been a very good friend of mine. Also, Uber has been a very good friend of mine because I do have places I have to go back for checkups to the doctor, blood tests, different things that they have to do. And I have to live my life, even though I can't drive. Hopefully you figured out how to get food to your house during the pandemic. If you were lucky enough to have someone in the family go shopping for you, let me just remind you that there's Uber Eats. There is DoorDash, there's Instacart. A lot of grocery stores even have a delivery service. However, a lot of them use Instacart for their delivery service. If you have an Amazon Prime account and you get free shipping, you can have a lot of things shipped to your house. All of your household supplies and your personal supplies, you can have shipped right to your front doorstep. And did you know that for $9.95 a month, you can do what they call Amazon Fresh? You can do your grocery shopping through Amazon. If you order at least $25 worth of groceries at a time, they don't add a fee. For $9.95 a month, you can have that service. I've been using that for the past 3 months, and it's great. No longer do I drive around to 2 or 3 stores to find the best deal on things. I just go on this Amazon Fresh website, and I've learned what works for me, and I just order my own food when I need it. Oftentimes, it's there within hours. Number 3, which shouldn't have been a surprise to me, but one thing that has changed is I struggle to sleep. Sleep is so important after a stroke. I'm going to make a whole video on that later. But when you're in your deep sleep cycle, that's when your brain heals itself. So it's important to sleep. That might not be a problem because post-stroke fatigue is a real thing. You're going to be exhausted. Just getting up in the morning and getting yourself to a chair or your living room is going to wear you out. Getting dressed, you're going to have to lay down and take a nap after that. So even though I am struggling to sleep at night, I've learned that I have to take advantage of those times during the day where I'm worn out and tired, and maybe I can catch a nap. Maybe you'll catch 2 or 3 naps during the day. That's okay. Your brain needs sleep to heal. So don't feel guilty about it. Don't feel like you're lazy. The post-stroke fatigue is a safety mechanism that your body has. It's like kicking you into a mode that you need to do. I used to never nap during the day, but I was a pretty good sleeper during the night. Although I always woke up at wee hours of the morning, at the crack of dawn or even before dawn, to get my day started. I was an early to bed, early to rise type of gal. Remember that from Girl Scouts? Early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. Well, I don't know about that, but I have learned that if I'm tired, if I've taken a shower, gotten dressed, and now I'm exhausted, go lay down and rest. It's okay. Listen to your body. The post-stroke fatigue is a real thing, and it might be a blessing in disguise. Because if you're not able to get a lot of that deep sleep at night, maybe you can fall into a deep sleep state at least once or twice during the day and let your brain repair itself. The body is such an amazing organism, and it wants to repair itself and take care of itself. So go ahead and let yourself rest. I hope that you'll like this video. I hope that you'll subscribe to this channel. Place a comment so that we can all get to know each other. If you haven't done it on the other videos, introduce yourself. Tell us, have you had a stroke? Have you had a heart attack? Did you have to have a hip replacement? Or did you break your hip? What was life's gut sucker punch that you've endured that has changed your life? Have you noticed any of these things? Are you homebound? Can you drive? Or are you dependent on other people to drive you around? Do you struggle to sleep? What are some tips that you use to be able to get a good night's sleep? I'm still working on that. Do you nap? If so, where do you nap? Do you just let yourself fall asleep in the chair? Do you lay down on your couch? Or do you go crawl in bed? I'd love to know what works best for you. Are you fatigued? Do you find that just the smallest activity that you used to do while you were multitasking something else now just totally wipes you out? If so, you're in the right place, because we're going to figure all of this out together. My stroke was 3 months ago. I still struggle with fatigue. The littlest chore can just wipe me out and make me have to go lay down and take a nap. But we're going to talk about tips and tricks of how to solve all of those problems. And I'm hoping that you have some answers for me, and I will definitely share some things that I have figured out for myself. Until next time, know that this is not the end of your story. This is not the end of your book. This is just a new chapter. We silverbacks, as I like to call us, have been through a thing or two in life, and we've come out on the other end. Sometimes we've even come out better than we were before. We're going to do it this time too. I hope to see you next time. Until then, have a good day.